You've been drinking milk your whole life. But is it actually good for you? Or has the food industry been selling you something your body was never designed to handle? Milk is one of the most consumed beverages on the planet. It's in your cereal, your coffee, your protein shakes, your kids' lunches. And for decades, the message has been simple. Drink your milk, build strong bones, stay healthy. But the science tells a much more complicated story than that. And today, we're going to break it down. Here's something most people don't know. About 65% of the world's population loses the ability to properly digest milk after infancy. That's not a small number. That's the majority of humans on Earth. Your body produces an enzyme called lactase that breaks down milk sugar. Babies have a lot of it, but as you age, your body naturally produces less and less. The reason some people, particularly those with Northern European ancestry, can still digest milk as adults is because of a genetic mutation that spread through farming communities thousands of years ago. It wasn't natural. It was an adaptation to survival. So before you even get to whether milk is healthy, the first question is whether your body can actually process it properly. And for most of the world, the honest answer is no. Now, let's talk about what the research actually says. For years, people have claimed milk causes cancer. The real data is more nuanced. Large-scale meta-analyses found no significant impact on breast or colon cancer risk at normal consumption levels. In fact, calcium from dairy may have a modest protective effect against colon cancer specifically. The only consistent red flag in the research is prostate cancer, where men consuming more than a liter of milk per day showed elevated risk in some studies. But even that association is inconsistent across the literature. What about heart disease? This is where it gets interesting. Recent large-scale research found that dairy consumption was actually linked to a modestly lower risk of heart disease and stroke, especially fermented dairy like yogurt and cheese. Plain milk was more neutral. The bottom line is dairy in reasonable amounts is not the heart killer it was once made out to be. And bones, the whole reason we were told to drink milk as kids, the science is genuinely split. Calcium from milk is real. Whether milk is the best way to get it into your body is still being debated by researchers. Here is the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Milk is not poison, but it is also not the superfood the dairy industry has spent billions convincing you it is. For people who can digest it, 1 to 2 glasses a day appears to be largely neutral to mildly beneficial. Flavored milk and chocolate milk, though, are closer to soda and anything you should call healthy. If you are dealing with inflammation, and millions of Americans are without realizing it, dairy is worth paying attention to. Not because milk is bad for everyone, but because your body's response to dairy is individual. What is completely fine for one person is a real problem for another. That is exactly why tracking what you eat and how your body responds to it matters more than following general advice. Studies give you averages. You are not an average. If you want to actually understand what is happening inside your body, check out TrueVark, an AI health coaching platform that helps you track your nutrition, inflammation patterns, and health data so your decisions are based on your body, not a generalized study. Subscribe if this gave you something to think about. Every week, we break down the health science that actually affects your life. No fluff, no agenda, just the real information. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute medical advice.